Hello, Kelsey and Glen. Welcome to the Blanket Fort.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
I
you.
have 10 questions for you if you would like to answer.
Of course.
Question number 1. What is your favorite sandwich?
I gotta go club sandwich.
Club sandwich.
Club sandwich, yeah.
I like a good grilled cheese, but I add things to my grilled cheeses.
What do you add to your grilled cheese?
Spinach and mushrooms,
Ooh.
and I like putting, in particular, the honey dill sauce from Mary Brown's.
Yes.
Or I
yes.
try to make my own equivalent of that, but it's so good.
Okay.
You gotta have the sauce.
Gotta have the sauce. Glenn, do you need a toothpick in your club sandwich for it to be a club sandwich?
Well, I mean, you take the toothpick out anyway, so it's like, you get, it holds it together, but you don't want to eat that. So.
No. But important for the transportation of it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Perfect. Question number 2. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
Yeah,
Both night owls?
100%. Yeah. Day. No.
The blinding sun.
Kind of permanently tired pigeon, maybe.
Permanently tired pigeon.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful. Question number 3. How did you receive or achieve your first instrument?
Do him first.
Well, one day my mom was at Salvation Army and there's a guitar there for like $20. So she was like, "Hey, here's a guitar," and I was like, "Yay!" And it was like terrible. Like the action was like that high off the strings and everything. And it just like, but it got my calluses built up. So and then I just went from there.
How old were you?
I was 9.
9. Under double digits. Cool.
I think for me, I learned how to play on my dad's guitar, and I played that until I was probably 16 or 17.
Okay.
And then I bought my own guitar at Digital World back in the day.
Okay.
And I've had it ever since. It's actually this guitar. This is my first guitar. I don't know if you'll be able to see it later when we play.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent.
But yeah, I bought it myself, but I've always played on my dad's guitar growing up. So
What job did you have to earn the money to get your first guitar?
I worked at King's Landing.
King's Landing.
Yep, I was an
Okay.
interpreter in the houses, and then I worked in the theater troupe for, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Cool.
Yeah.
I want to ask more questions, but I can't get too distracted. Question number 4. Are you reading anything right now?
Am I reading anything? I love to read. Reading is like my jam.
Yeah.
I just finished reading Emma today from Jane Austen. It's kind of a guilty pleasure. I'm sorry. I love it. And then I'm starting a new one tonight. It's called The Gilded Ones.
The Gilded One.
I can't remember the name of the author. It's for a book club that I'm running. And
Running?
Yeah.
What's the name of this book club?
The Cozy Tales Book Club.
The Cozy Tales Book Club, everybody.
It's at the Perfect Cup Cat Cafe.
Okay.
So it's a lot of fun.
Check it out, folks.
Yeah, but the book it's a fantasy, and it's like super feminist, and like it's based off of West African culture.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to read it.
Yeah.
It sounds really good. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Anything for you, Glenn?
Not really.
Not right now?
The last book I read was this crazy conspiracy theory book about like aliens and reptiles and stuff. Yeah, so I don't know.
Okay.
That tracks.
Cool. Question number 5. What are your favorite pizza toppings? This one always gets a big sigh. Like,
Mushrooms and spinach at the same. Like I like them like equally.
You have to pick one. Though.
Okay.
Spinach.
Spinach?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You get your greens.
We go bacon.
And it's really tasty.
Go bacon.
Oh, bacon
Bacon?
too. Oh, man.
Bacon's good on a lot of stuff.
I mean, pretty much everything.
100%.
Yeah. Question number 6. Have you ever played Living Roots before?
Yes.
Yes.
You want to do yours and then I'll do mine?
Yeah, okay. The first Living Roots I played with, I was with Richie Young back in 2019, and we played at the York County Cider. And then we had this other band. There was like a slot that was filled that needed to be filled at the Capitol, so we got like a bunch of musicians. It was like Richie, myself, Johnny Colin, and Alex Green was in there too, I think, and and we were called Funky Johnson and the Cincinnati Connection. We played this one show and then never ever again. It was like didn't go, like we didn't really rehearse, so we had this like jam that we were supposed to do, and like Alex goes up and he's like doing like a bass solo, and then like we had the 3 guitarists, and it's like we were gonna each go up like one at a time and like do a little guitar solo thing, but then we didn't actually like choose who was gonna do the go up first. So we just were sitting there while Alex was just like playing a bass solo for like 20 minutes, and then eventually like I just go up and I start doing it. Like he was up there alone on stage for like 10 minutes just doing a bass solo.
Love it.
Oh,
For me, this is my 3rd Living Roots that I've played.
Okay.
The first one I did a solo opening for Panda Bee Catastrophe, I think, and it was back in like, I feel like it was 2020 or something like that, maybe. No, it was earlier than that. Gosh, no, it was 2017 or 2018, I think.
okay.
And I was just a baby musician. My songs were so bad, but we got better, and then we played together with Trash Oyster last year. This is our 2nd Living Roots and our 3rd year being a band.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is our 2nd Living Roots. We're pretty stoked. I'm super excited.
What was your do you remember your first show at Living Roots? Like the walking away from it, how did you feel?
I played on a stage
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
And it was okay. Like
Okay.
it was okay. It was
Okay.
okay. I was scared.
Yeah.
And I was shaking going out of it, but people were like, do you have a musician page? And I'm like, no. I was just starting out,
Yeah,
right? So.
encouragement from community.
Oh, it was great, and
Okay.
it got me hooked,
Yeah.
like playing my first.
You're back here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What are you looking forward to most about this year's Living Roots?
Going to shows, going to friends' shows,
Going to see other bands.
going to see other
Yeah,
bands,
yeah,
and go
yeah.
like supporting other awesome local artists. Like
Yeah.
there's like several shows I'm really looking forward to go see.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty stoked. I want to go like Thursday. So we're playing Thursday night at the Cap, but we don't play. Our show starts at like 8:30 or something. We play at like 10:45.
Okay.
And then, but before that, our drummer James Rooney is also playing in Colin Fowlie's Humble Few album release
At the Charlotte Street?
Charlotte Street
Oh,
Arts Center.
so excited
So
for that.
like we can go see that. Go
Yeah.
support some musicians who have never played music before on stage. I hear there's some brand new musicians who have never
Yeah.
played a stage before,
Yeah.
and like some really good buddies of mine like are playing with the Songsmith. What's it called? Oh, my brain. But it's East and Nowhere Songsmiths. So they're all like kind of under Colin Fowlie's record label.
Okay.
And then they're doing their album release party, or album release
Yeah.
of their album. But it's
Yeah.
it's a party. It's going to be fun. They've worked pretty hard on it, and I'm really stoked to hear that. And then we're gonna hop over to the Cap, and we're playing at the Cap that night with the Seamless Sets show, which is going to be super cool because it's the way it's set up is like you can watch a set in the Wilsers room, and then you go downstairs to the Cap and watch a set there, and then you come right back up and you're right into the next set of music, and then that gives the bands time to like tear down, set up.
Yeah.
And then you just hear constant music the whole night, which is super freaking cool.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it starts at 8:30, and there are like probably 6 or 7 bands I think in it, like Run the River and Grace Fire, Sarah Smith, and they're both from out of town I think. And then Goliath's Chair, which they sound pretty cool too. Stone Masons, we love Stone Masons. They're like those boys are awesome, like man. And then at us, and I think.
That might be it. I don't know.
I think that might. I've been doing a lot of tagging and social media things this week, so. But yeah, I'm super stoked.
That sounds like such a fun night.
Yeah.
So incredible.
At 1812, and we're gonna go see 1812 on Saturday night. They're playing the Loud Show at the Cap.
The Loud Show.
Yeah, with our buddies from Turbo and Honeygut. Honeygut's always, you got to see Honeygut. And Verdi and Paradise, I think, are playing that show too. Sorry, I'm just super stoked. I just want to go see all my buddies play music.
I'm loving the energy. I'm getting stoked to hear all this music.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 8. What do you do to relax?
You first.
I play video games and stuff like that, just normal. No, just yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you'd call it relaxed, because I play this game called PlanetSide 2, which is like a first-person shooter, and I'm just like constantly like screaming at the screen. So I don't
It's
know if
fun
it's
to
really
watch.
relaxing. But, that's what I do.
So you're an energy outlet.
I guess. Yeah.
For me, I like to read and do cozy kind of things. Like I knit, and I started crocheting recently. I'm not great at crocheting, but I'm much better at knitting.
Yeah.
And I love to read, and I like to draw and write and journal, and I do more cozy stuff.
Express with the hands and the mind.
Video games too.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but like I try to get away from screens, because most of my work is with screens, and my
Okay.
eyes just can't handle too much of
Yeah.
it. So you got to get away from it.
Totally.
So I read physical books.
Good.
and knit. It's chill.
Cracking open a book. Is
And board
just-
games.
and
I
board
love
games.
board games.
Do you have any
And D&D.
new board games that you've been hooked on?
We play Zombie Dice quite a bit, which is a
Zombie
lot of
Dice.
fun. But I love Catan and Dominion. I've been in Dominion a lot lately,
Okay.
which is pretty
What's
fun.
Dominion?
It's a card deck building game.
Ooh,
It's pretty fun.
Engine builder sort of thing?
Well,
Or
you like
it's
it's kind of like based off like feudalism with Settlers of Catan, but you
Okay.
you build decks and try to get victory points or estates and duchies and whatnot before the other
okay.
person.
Okay.
And you can play it with two people, so we play it.
fun.
And then it's fun. Yeah, I like board games.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Question number 9. Can you please recommend an artist or band that our audience should look up and listen to on a sunny day in the shade of a tree?
I'm gonna go with the band I always go with, which is King Gizzard and Lizard Wizard, but specifically their newest album,
Okay.
because it's like they have like horns and stuff going on and stuff, and it's like really different than
Ooh,
it's really different than
bit of a
anything.
brass section.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Apparently they're gonna do a tour with like an orchestra too. Like some of the songs
No
are strings
way.
and everything, too. Like they have like their tours like rock and roll shows and orchestra shows and then like yeah. So
Oh.
it's- yeah.
What's her name again? King
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
They're an extremely versatile band. They play
Okay.
they can play like techno. They do like
Like rock and metal. And jazz.
like they can do any genre, and they're just a big jam band, and they'll just jam for hours and hours, and like they'll push out music
Awesome.
like nobody's business. Like
Yeah.
they're really cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
For me, I'm gonna give a little local plug here, and I'm gonna say Abby McCartney.
Abby
Because
McCartney.
I like her record. I bought it when I first saw her at Hanson Road, and she's got such an angelic voice. But like listening to her songs and her stories, it's one of my favorite things to do. Like I make a big pot of tea and I'll just like listen to her music, and sometimes I'll journal in response.
Ooh,
And
okay.
that's kind of a nerdy thing to say, but like she's a local artist who's young and has a lot of insight into issues that everybody has and whatnot. And so like I love her music, so I'm just gonna plug Abby, because like if I'm listening under a tree listening to like I'm so tired with all like the birds and the flowers, like that's
music that
Yeah.
nature can just accompany
yeah
just naturally.
like you know you're gonna breathe in and breathe out, and
Yeah.
everything's gonna be fine because you're listening to this awesome beautiful music. So
Aw.
yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
Abby
Abby McCartney.
Abby McCartney. Wonderful.
Yeah, she's a
Thank you.
sweetheart. She's actually playing in the East of Nowhere showcase.
Okay.
So you're gonna hear her.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Question number 10. What would you ask your 5-year-old self?
Why aren't you investing in Bitcoin right now?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I think if I were to ask my 5-year-old self a question, it'd be like, what makes you happy? Because, like back then, like I used to like run around in the fields and look at clouds, and I grew up on a farm, so like I was just kind of
okay.
I had a lot of wonder in my childhood, and now as an adult, like I live in the city, but it's not really a city. Fredericton's like in the middle. It's kind of like my happy medium. But like I would ask myself, like, what do you find joy in, and how long can we hold on to that? That's what
Good.
That's
How
what I would
long can we hold on to it?
yeah. Well, I wouldn't ask my 5-year-old self that, but like that's more of a you know what I mean.
The
Yeah.
thought in the adult brain that's like, okay, How do we hold on?
How can we hold on to
Yes.
our 5-year-old joy and
Yes.
wonderment? That's
Yeah.
How can we have fun?
Yeah.
Because that's the theme of Living Roots this year is having fun.
Having fun. It's a good theme.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, that is my 10 questions from me to you. Do you have one question from you to me? Or 2 questions, I guess. One each.
Do you have any good fishing spots around here?
Yeah.
I go fishing with my father-in-law, and he takes me to beautiful places. Gone to the Grand Cascapedia and to the Matapedia so far fishing. Although on this last week is when he took me to the Matapedia, and I had injured my arm, so I went fishing with him, but I didn't make a single cast. Instead, I drew in the boat, and I had a great time. But around here, I've practiced casting on my yard.
Aw, take care of that arm, eh?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. My question. Ooh, okay. I'm a bookish kid. What are some of your favorite authors? Or one of your favorite books? I'll give you whatever you got time.
Right now, I haven't finished it all the way through yet, but I'm rereading for I think the 3rd time The Overstory by Richard Powers.
Never heard of it.
It's a story about trees, and I've had my bookmark in it. So I could have started where I stopped, but it's a story that grows, and it felt like I had to start from the beginning and work my way through the entire thing in one go to fully experience the growth of the story.
Right.
It's really neat. It's just a bunch of short or smaller stories about trees and our relationship to them, and I've cried multiple times while reading it. Really, really powerful book. I'm excited.
Overstory?
The Overstory.
The Overstory.
By Richard Power, I believe.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm going to read it now. That's good.
And then my favorite first book was Animalia by Graham Base. Mm-hmm. It's every page, A would be a bunch of things, a big 2-panel art drawing or art of everything that had A, or start with A. So alligator and apples and this big scene. And then B would be 2 big panels of everything that started with B. And that is how I learned words and figured out what is what. And my entire first lexicon is owed to this one big illustrated book of pictures.
It kind of makes sense with the way that you do your story
Yes.
too, and with the tree book too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, you got to see Duncan's story. It's pretty cool.
It also grows, but in a different, very physical way.
Yeah. It's so cool.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking part in the Blanket Fort
That's
questions.
it. That was it.
Well,
That was so short.
Would you like to play a song for us here in the Blanket Fort?
Yes.
Wonderful.
I will say we are a rock band.
Yes.
And so we're going to do an acoustic cover of one of our rock songs.
Uh-huh.
It's going to sound completely different.
Yes, Blanket Fort, Blanket Fort, Blanket Fort,
Blanket Fort. And we also have not practiced.
Perfect. Blanket Fort, Blanket Fort, Blanket Fort.
Let's get loud in the Blanket Fort. Woo! Make sure we in tune.
We don't need to be in tune for this song.
Whatever. Tuning. Are we going to talk about the song first?
Let's go into it.
Let's just get it. Let's go. It's one of our newest ones. It's called Face Again, and Glen and I both sing in it, so we figured it would be a good one to do for you guys. Yeah.
Ready?
Ready?
Dancing clouds unallowed in the crowd. Empty guns by the ton, feed no
that's with like a full rock band with the bass.
Imagine
and
that, but good.
that, yeah.
That was fantastic. Thank you for bringing that energy to the blanket fort. Yeah.
Blanket fort, blanket fort, blanket fort, blanket fort.